Hi everybody, happy Halloween. Our shop is open right now, so link in the description box. But I'm going to show you the 5 colorways I have for you right now. Okay. I already did this video once before and then I had to reshoot it because a lot of crap happened. So, here's the first one. Okay. I didn't have real labels printed up because I don't know what bases I'm going to be offering in the shop. Right now I'm kind of doing what I have and seeing what I like, and we're going to see what sells and what you guys like. And so this is just computer paper from our printer, and we bought better paper, but the printer does not want to print on it, so you can't see anything on the, it's got all the information here that you can't see. But I didn't want to get made ones and then have to write in everything. So for right now, this is what we're doing. Because I don't want to write stuff in, and it's just a label. Who cares? Like it's not that big a deal. Okay, so this is my first. I have one wrapped up with the information, and then one I'm going to open up and we're going to talk about what it looks like. So first, this is Halloween 2021 exclusive, and the colorway is the Creature. MCN High Twist. Now, I'm not giving my bases weird names. This base is called MCN High Twist, so you know exactly what it is. 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 100 grams, 400 yards. This is great for a cowl, especially if you want to brioche. I have made a brioche cowl in this base called the garter snake cowl. That was yummy and a lot of fun. It's a brioche and garter in the round, and I'm planning on making another one. So we want to see the Creature all opened up. This is a half and half skein, so half is tonal black and half is green. Yeah, the black's tonal. Pretty tonal, pretty solidly colors, but parts of it are tonal. This green is almost like a hunter green, but it's yellow. It is a yellow. It's not this bright. It's a little less bright than that. Probably that looks good. That looks how it looks. There are some brighter spots, but it's not really all that bright. It's not like a hurt your eyes bright. It is definitely a warm green. It's a yellow green. There are some parts that are yellower than others, and some parts where you get this really gorgeous, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, really light green bits. Again, some skeins have more than others. All the skeins are very, very tonal. They were done 4 at a time in a pan, which is different. It's a little bit hard to get used to when you're used to doing it a different way. All the joins are colored. There aren't any that are, missing color, because I check that. There's also a light black speckling on the green. Yeah, some of it's like a really, really yellow green, and then some of it's a darker green, and then you get that lighter green. It's a tonal green. I would consider it a warm green. It might be too warm for me. You see that right there? You see that difference in the tones through there? It's very, very gorgeous. It's not a green I usually do. I usually do either a bright green or more of a blue green, more of a a cold green, because I have cool undertones, so I don't do these warm colors. I just don't do them. Okay, second. Halloween 2021 exclusive. This is a Vampire Bride. I thought this kind of looked like a veil, and the burgundy is really dark. So I thought like a velvet, burgundy velvet. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking I gotta pick up names. So this is MCN sock. This is the same base that we did Ruth on. Remember, top down Ruth with the old shale. This is the same base. So this base will work on any of our top down shawls. You could possibly use it for the other ones. It might have enough yardage for the garter bias. You might be able to get for sure with the lace ones. You could. MCN sock, 80% superwash merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon, 100 grams, 435 yards. So these two are the same base contents. This has the high twist and this doesn't. So this is, because it's a higher twist, it's a little bit stronger. It has less shedding than this one. This one you got to be a little bit more delicate with because it will shed. But they're the same gorgeous, squishy, soft. It just depends if you can get away with less yardage. I like this one a smidge more, but this one still is, oh my goodness. Like, it's like, if I need more yardage, I'll pick this one. If I can use less yardage, I'll pick this one. So really, I like them both the same. It's just which yardage I need. So let's open Vampire Bride up so you can see her. She is also a half and half. And the burgundy is very tonal. I'm thinking next time I do this, because this is a colorway that I have been wanting to make, and I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to make it. So I'm actually thinking I'm going to do a bit more of a gradient next time. So this one you're getting, the burgundy is tonal. Next time it will be gradient. So it'll be darker at the bottom than it is as it comes out to meet the gray. Do you see what I mean? Oh, I'm so close to this. I'm having trouble seeing it. Okay, see, you got the different tones of the burgundies in here. This was done with 2 burgundies. This was done with Dharma's Cabernet, which I keep calling Claret, and it's not. It's Cabernet. And then I want to say Cabaret, and I'm like, no, that's dancing. So it's Dharma's Cabernet that I mixed with my own burgundy to get this color. So what I think I'm going to do is make it more of a gradient next time. I don't know where this one is going. Where are you going? Okay, anyway. If you don't know, it's very hard to dye yarn because it doesn't stay in the same place. So like this one has a purple strand going rogue. This burgundy strand is going rogue, and I don't know what because she wraps she's one of the figure 8 ties. That's what, well, then that doesn't explain this one. That's just hanging out. So like first you First you soak your yarn before you dye it, so it's wet, and that starts it moving around. And then you're moving it around because you're putting it in the pan, and you're removing the excess water, so that moves stuff around. You're putting it in the pan, that's moving around. Then you're washing it, then you're spinning it, then you're drying it. Even twisting it like this into a hank causes it to move around. So it's really hard. It's not like a static thing that's easy to paint. It's like if you were painting a moving canvas, that's really how it is. And it's kind of hard to do sometimes. If you're a perfectionist, now if you can learn to love these things, then what is with this? This is a figure 8 tie. So if your figure 8 tie moves, it looks like my figure 8 tie was partially in the burgundy and now it's not. So that also will mess up your colorway. What I love about this color specifically, and what I love about indie dyed or hand dyed in general, is this wicking that you get between the colors. I think you can see it better over here. And another thing, and I like this because one, you don't have a very stark difference when you go from one color to another. You get like a bit of a gradient, like a, you don't just go one stitch is burgundy and then the next stitch is gray. You get an actual, some pinks in there to bring it along. This is one of my favorite things about hand dyed yarns, is this. And the fun thing is when you put dye in water and you see it like take these tendrils out, like snaking out. It's like they're trying to find something. It's just neat to see, especially if you do two colors and you're watching them mix before you actually mix them. It's a fun thing. So then for the gray part, I speckled, and I kind of couldn't decide if I wanted to do heavy speckles or light speckles, so I did a mix of both. I did some heavy speckles, then I did some light speckles. And I really like how this base took the speckles. This was in the pan, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, this looks like a snow leopard. Like, I just thought it was so pretty, and it's so soft, and it's like snow leopard, like you want to pet it, or so. Like, I had to put the lid on the pan and walk away because I was like, this is so pretty. But this is my absolute favorite, is this. So I was thinking, since this, like, obviously this base likes to wick, I figured we should do some type of gradient then. Let's start with a deep dark here in the middle of, we'll do a quarter of it gradient and then let it, wick up. So we'd put the darker color in that quarter color and then mix, until we get the lightest, and let it. I just love that. I love that it's not a straight crisp line. I just love it. So this is Vampire's Bride. I already said what you can make with this, with our free patterns. Okay, next is Halloween 2021 exclusive The Pit. The Pit. This is a marled sock, 40% superwash merino, 40% Peruvian fine Highland wool, 20% nylon, 100 grams, 425 yards. This base is from Dyer Supplier. It is a shorter circumference. It doesn't make as big of a ring. So because of that, I didn't want to do any half and halves. You'll see these two are both half and halves. The next two are what I call the twist, and I'm going to show you why I call it the twist. This is a resist dye technique. So this has yellows, if you'll see, two parts, yellows that then go into orange and then go into reds, and then again it goes to orange, yellow, orange, reds, orange, yellow, orange, red. So it's I did a two part. So it's got two parts that are orange and two parts that are red. It's got two different reds, and it may be more, but no, for sure true, because I did Fire Engine Red and Oxblood. See that yellow? And then you got some pinks that came in. A light pink and then a darker pink and some dark red. Dark red. Yeah, there's our dark red. So the cool thing about this is that you have that, because it's marled, you have that black strand running through. The whole entire thing has this black strand running through. this, I also had planned to do this with it because I wanted to look like a fire, like a bonfire, like an actual fire, like logs on fire, like for real. So what I did is I did the whole skein in the reds and the orange and the yellow. I did that kind of as a gradient. I guess that would be more than a fadient because I faded the colors into the other ones. And then to get this black over dye, I twisted the skeins. Now Rebecca from Chemnitz has a video about how to do this, so you should go look at that. So you do this in the pan, and it'll stay because it's wet. And then I ladled black on top, and they're all I had 4 of them. They're sandwiched in together. So I ladled black on the top, and what happened was black came out from the bottom of the pan. So I used a turkey baster and I sucked up all that water and put it back, and I kept doing that until the water ran clear. And then I figured, okay, that's taken all the black it can. If you do that, you have to be careful how much black you put in this, because I don't know if you could actually get your entire skein black or not if it's wet enough, because the dye just needs the water to travel through there. And I did high heat and high acid for this, and I think I did I don't remember how much black I did because I did it 2 separate times, 2 different ways. And I ended up with the turkey baster being the best option and using up all the black. So on some sides of it, it's really dark. It's got a lot of black on it. It's really dark. And then if you look over here, it's really red. So I'm not sure how this is going to work up because it's just so different. It's really, really, I was very, very excited to try this out. And I knew when I saw the space, this is what I wanted to do with it. So this has been something I've been wanting to do. So I'm really excited. So next, for that in the same vein, this is Halloween 2021 exclusive The Witch, and she is a purple and black. She is not quite that eggplant I'm looking for. Oh my god, look at all the cat hair. You guys, if you have a cat or dog allergy, please put it in the comments if you want to purchase. I have a plan, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to send your stuff wrapped in a Ziploc bag, and these will have a ring on it, like a curtain ring, a shower ring, and that way I will probably unhank it too and pull these out if you want, so you can just dump it into your wool wash in your water. That's the only way I can think of that you can safely not have allergies to this. And this, I'm sure if you have really, really horrible allergies, if you don't have horrible allergies, if you want to give me some instructions or if you want to message me, we'll work around, because right now I don't have a way to, they don't have access to my yarn, but I don't have a place that it can dry, that they aren't allowed in that room at other times. So they're not allowed in the room when the yarn is in there, but they are allowed in that room when the yarn is not there. So they're still, like I said, depending on how bad your allergy is, you know, and like I'm just seeing it on here because it's probably on me. Yes, it is on me. So if you it's impossible because I also rescue and foster, so there's always somebody here. So if you, I'm willing to do whatever you need me to do for that. So leave a note if you want to message me, whatever. We'll take care of it. We'll find a way. So the witch which is not quite the, I have this eggplant obsession with the actual color eggplant and the color that is named eggplant. And this is almost both at the same time and yet neither. So it's kind of, yeah. Some of it's warm and some of it's cool depending on where you're looking. I have not perfected this yet. It's a little bit warmer than what you're seeing. I think it's just a tad bit warmer. Gorgeous color. If you like purple, because I like purple, I also like the eggplant purple that's called eggplant purple that does not technically look like an eggplant. I don't mind either purple. They're both fine. So if you like purple and you like black, I think you'll love this. So this was done, I showed you this one first because it's the same technique. I did the twist. The only problem is you're not going to really be able to see it all that well. And it's the same type of thing where there's purple and then there's black and then there's black and then there's purple. So I don't know how this is going to work up. I have not done this technique before. Well, I have done it, but I overdyed it, and then I'm pretty sure we made it purple. It's one of the later ones we did. I don't even want to say it's half purple, half black, because I really don't know. There's a long stretch of purple right here, but then there's a long stretch of black. So I don't really, and it's one of those colors where you really kind of have to be close to see the contrast. There's not a lot of contrast. You really have to be like up in it. But oh my God, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I definitely want one of these for myself. For sure. Oh, didn't tell you the specs. Halloween 2021 exclusive, The Witch Yak Sock. I told you the darkest color is going to go on Yak Sock. 70% superwash merino, 20% yak, 10% nylon, 100 grams, 437 yards. So this is great yardage. You could make any of our free shawls in this, and it is very soft and very squishy. It doesn't have this shed that the cashmere has. It also doesn't have that loftiness. It's not as thick. No, it's not as spoogey, but it almost is. So I would say if you like this, which I do, you would probably really like this. And you're not going to get the, I did not have any shedding when I was at any point of this. I'm really excited to try the yak out too. I haven't tried yak yet. Okay. So those were the two of the same colorways. I call them the twist. So when you see the twist, that's what I mean. They're twisted, black is poured on top. Our last colorway. Halloween 2021 exclusive, the Siren Platinum Sock. Platinum Sock is a base from Wool to Die For. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 100 grams, 462 yards. This will make any of our fingering weight shawls. This is the exact base that I used on all of our fingering weight shawls, used this base. It is great for color. It's soft and strong, so you can use it for socks. You can use it for anything you want. Absolutely anything you want. It takes color the best. The best. This is my absolute favorite for everything because it works for everything. You got a ton of yardage. You can make a shawl if you want. If I made sock heads out of this. I'm not sure if I'd made a sock head out of this yet, or a double layered hat, but you'd get a really long one out of this one. I have made a double layer hat out of this, and it was perfectly fine. So you can make double layered hats out of this. I'm not sure if you could get a double layered hat out of the MCN twist, but you could make a sock head for sure. I think you could get a double layered hat out of this. Okay, so we want to open up the Siren. Now this is going to look familiar to you because if you watch, well, it might not, because I don't know how many of you are seeing me for the first time. It is a 1/4 color that we did for a dye project in June somewhere. We did a 1/4 color, and then we did a 3/4 color, remember? So this is 1/4 color. So what I wanted to do, because I am Goth Girl TM, right? We all know. I wanted to make a skein with the most black possible while still having a pop of color. And this is very close to what I was envisioning. If you can see the really, really bright, now this is just cyan. This is 100% cyan. I did not do any color mixing with this at all because I wanted to focus on getting the gradient and figuring out what percentage of color I needed. So I wanted something that I didn't have to deal with that. And, you know, I'm not crazy about blue, but I know some people like blue, so I wanted to offer blue. So this is my blue offering. What's really cool is this really light part that looks glowy. That's just undyed yarn. That's just where no dye got on it. And then you've got this really light, it's almost a seafoam green, like not quite a mint, but like a seafoamy. And then you've got some turquoise, and then you've got some darker. So I just made this like a gradient. Like at the beginning, I just made it like a gradient, and then I faded it into the black. See, I want to make the bright gradient as small as possible. Like this is a little bit big, I think. So if you really like color, these aren't going to be so colorful, so bright next time. I'm going to really cut the contrast. And this bright part will be smaller. It'll be way smaller. And then this big blue part's going to be bigger. Okay. But it was a technique I'd never done before, and I wanted to try it, and I think it came out awesome. So this will pool. This will give you some pooling. If you remember, you can go back to any of our dye projects at the beginning of the year, any of the Hillarys. You can see all of those, the one color where it's mostly black, and then you have this pop of color. So if you do a shawl, it's going to look like that animal, like the tiger stripes that we liked, remember? If you do a hat, it's probably going to do a vertical stripe, or might do a slow moving stripe all the way around, depending on which hat you do, I guess. I do want to make a hat out of one of these. But this is a little too bright color for me. I would like my colors a little bit darker. So I also want to do a fadiance on this. I want to do darker colors that fade into each other. There's so many things. I have so many ideas for this, because this is like how I envision the perfect yarn. It's black with a little bit of color. As you can see, that's what I like. Okay, so we got the 1/4, the twists, and the half and halves. So do you have a favorite? Why don't you comment below if you have a favorite? We have, this is the Creature, Vampire Bride, the Pit, the Witch, and the Siren. So I hope I tried to get I tried to get a nice mix of colors that, like, everyone would, something. I wanted to try to find something for everyone. I did have a pink that was like the Siren one, but that was on the non-superwash, and it felted, so that one is not up for sale, but we will be going over it Friday's episode, which is November Dye Project. We're going to take a look at that and see what went wrong, and see what we can learn from what happened. So if you want to join me next Friday for that video, feel free. If you want any of these, I do have limited quantities. This is exclusive. I'm not sure I'll make more if they're gone or not. I guess it depends on the demand. So if I don't imagine I'll sell out, but if I do, send me a message and I'll try to get you something. If you see something you like, but you might like it in a different color, like maybe you like Vampire Bride, but you're like, hey, instead of burgundy, could you make that blue? Yeah, I could. So, the fire one, I was thinking, wouldn't that look cool in the opposite fire? Like if we did purple, blue, and green, like the backwards fire. So it would be purple in the middle, then come out to blue, and then come out to green. That's just what I was thinking. So, also, I'm still on the hunt for this perfect purple. So maybe the next update will have that perfect purple on. But anyway, I hope you see something you like. Come look at the shop if you want to. If not, I will see you Friday for November Die Projects. Okay? Happy Halloween, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye.